Hello there. How are you doing today? Oh, just realizing how crazy this hair is right now. uh, this week I've been talking a lot about vision. My vision, doing vision boards, and hey Dee, how are you? And it got me thinking, do you even know how? Like, do you know what your vision for your life is? I'm doing really well. I just came in, Dee, from a walk in the nice brisk air outside, so that's nice. Hey, Angela. Um, so that was super nice. And as you can tell, I just took my hat off. So, you know, this is me. This is the real me. So it got me thinking. Do you know what your vision for your life is? Do you know what you would even put on a vision board? Have you spent the time to create that vision and know how to create that vision? I choose to know. I'm interested to know, anyone who's watching it live now, Angela D, like, do you have a vision for your life? Have you put something out there into the universe for the vision that you desire for your life to be? And this could be a month from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now. I know sometimes it's tough the way the world is right now to plan ahead, right? However, when we have our vision, right, and you could already be living yours, right? You could already be living yours. So what is that vision? And, this is something that you could always just be working towards. Part of it is, I think, keep the outcome out of it. Okay. And what I mean by that is don't try to focus on the being and the doing of this vision and the dreaming of this vision and the acts of bringing this vision to life rather than like it being a culmination. Like, my desire is, so D, you're saying, okay, your desire is going back to school. That is amazing. And I would dig into that further. Okay, so what kind of school is it? And how are you going to feel when you do this, right? And then thinking about it along the way. So you're thinking you're going back to school, right? Enjoy the journey and enjoy the process of you dreaming about going back to school, of you deciding and determining what avenue you're going to take, what courses you're going to take. Enjoy that whole process, because in some instance, maybe you never go back to school. And I'm not saying this, I'm not putting this out into the universe, but for me, like, say at one point, a master's degree was like on my vision. I totally was like, I'm getting a master's. I knew I was going to. Well, you know what? I'm almost 44 years old. I do not have a master's. And to be honest, at this point now, I do not desire to have one. Who's to say I may at one point? But if I were to only focus on, I am going to get a master's because that is on my vision, and I'm not enjoying the process along the way, and then I never get my master's, then I'm going to feel super defeated, right? So a few thoughts on this is, first off, so Angela, I have a vision board on my wall. Awesome. Hey, Stacy. So a few things to think about when it comes to your vision. First of all, allow yourself to dream. That's the first step in all of this, right? Allow yourself to dream about what your vision is. Allow yourself to actually envision what your vision is. Give yourself that grace, give yourself that time to think about it, dream about it, feel it. So I went live yesterday and talked about how I had written out my vision. And this was a vision that as of January 2022, this is where my life is. So first off, allow yourself to dream it, think it, feel it. Okay? Second piece, think about all and feel all the different pieces, all the different pieces of you and your life in that vision. How do you desire to feel? And I'm talking physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. How do you desire to feel? And therefore, what do you desire to do that will help you to feel those feelings? If spiritually you desire to be more connected with yourself and the universe, maybe it's to dive into yoga more, right? So maybe you just envision yourself in a yoga pose, right? So then also family. Where do you envision, where do you vision your family? Envision your family. Dream about friends, your vision for your friends. And when family, it's like your immediate family, children, spouses, and then extended family, right? You can kind of think of those in different ways too. Your fitness comes down to your fitness, your energy comes down to kind of like your physical self, right? How do you desire to feel physically, energetically, financially? What are your vision and dreams for financially? Okay. And I'm sure I'm missing some pieces that I thought about, but like, do you desire to travel, or do you desire to, have an oasis at your home? Are you choosing to spend more time with your children away from technology? And so the first piece is dreaming and thinking about where you desire your life to be and creating that vision in you, like mentally, and like close your eyes and actually picture it. Picture how it is. If you desire to lose weight, right? Just picture how you are looking and how you are feeling. Feeling, as you see, I'm concentrating a lot on the feeling part of it. All right, so create that vision in your mind. In your mind. There is a reason why you dream the things that you are dreaming. There is a reason why it's in your head. It can be done. You can do it. And if you have a certain vision in your life, it is something that you can choose to work towards to come true. But again, like I said at the beginning, don't focus on the outcome. Focus on as you're doing it. Focus on the dreaming. Focus on each and every stage of it. That's what helps it to be fun, right? The next piece is, or another piece is, putting it out into the universe. Putting it out there, either for others or for you or for God, the universe, your angels, whoever. Putting it out to kind of show what you're looking to manifest. And you can do this in different ways. You can do this by journaling and writing it out. So writing it out, and I wish I had it, my example here, but writing it out as if it's happening. So I was like, on January 22nd, in January 2022, I am feeling fit. I am at a comfortable weight, or, I have plans to be traveling with my children. We're planning to go to Costa Rica. Financially, I feel very secure. My business is thriving. So that's the other piece, business. So, also think personal, professional, and again, you can have different visions, right? You can kind of think of it a little bit different. You can think of them a little differently. However, this is all you. This is all how you desire your life. And you can also do this as a family. So you can think about all these things. This past Saturday, I did a family vision board. So we thought about these things as a family, and we have a vision board. So a few ways to put it out into the universe. Like I said, writing it down, saying it out loud. Obviously thinking it, right, is the first step. But then, there's a different energy to all of these different things. So if you're really looking to manifest this vision and create this for your life, right? Think about it. You think it, you feel it, you write it down, you share it with someone, and you put it on, like Angela said, I have a vision board on my wall. So you could create actual visual representation of your vision. So a visual representation of your vision could be a vision board that you hang up on your wall. You could do a vision board, like some people do it on Pinterest. You could do a vision board in the front of your planner. You could do it in a notebook. You could do, like I said, on a poster board, and you can also do a digital vision board. So I've done a digital vision board for me that I actually have as my background on my computer and the background on my phone. I also we're working on our family vision board. It's not quite complete yet. So once it's complete, I'll share it. And I have a personal vision board that I have physically hung up in my bedroom. So when you do these different things, there's a different energy behind it all. Okay. So there's a different energy with the way that you're representing it. And actually doing a vision board where you're visually representing it, what you will then do is keep it somewhere where you are actually going to see it. Don't just go put it in your closet or behind your door, on the other side of your door, where the door is always open and you're not seeing it. Angela, I have a picture of it as one of my faces on my watch. Oh, I love that. So a face on your watch. So you're looking at your watch. Like I said, I have it as a background on my phone. So you can kind of see it here. The pictures on my phone and on my computer. By the way, this Sunday coming up, if you're watching this live, Sunday, January 17th at 7 p.m., I'm actually doing a Zoom with the mamas in my heart-centered high vibe mama tribe. So that's my free group, doing a totally free training with them to show how I created my vision board. So we're going to walk through that, and I'm going to show how I did my digital vision board. And then upcoming, I will actually have more that I can share as well on the family vision board and obviously the digital vision board also. So if you're interested in that, just join the group, and it's in the events there. So, first piece, dreaming about it, thinking and dreaming about all the different pieces and aspects of your life, how you desire to feel, what you desire to do. Then putting it out into the universe in different ways, and really choose what resonates with you. A lot of people are not into vision boards. I actually also like to call them energy boards, because it's ultimately the energy that I'm desiring to put out to the universe and receive back. It's just a visual representation of that. And then set intentions and goals based on that vision. So for instance, with the family vision board, we've talked a lot about traveling. We've talked a lot about just like having more fun. So with that, we're talking about boundaries and intentions for that. So boundaries are, that we've been talking about, we haven't yet implemented, but boundaries around the use of technology, boundaries around sleep, boundaries around time, boundaries around finances. So if we're desiring to to travel, we've got to put some boundaries on where we're spending the money so that we can then save it, right? And then we're setting intentions. So we're setting intentions that we will travel once a year. Okay, those are our intentions. And then we can then break it down further if we desire to on goals and how we are going to get there. We desire to feel more connected with each other and with ourselves. So a piece of that is disconnecting from technology. So it's setting more boundaries around that and disconnecting. So setting those intentions, whether you're doing it for yourself. Ha ha, boundaries. I'm watching The Social Dilemma now. You are. Oh man, you're gonna have to let me know what you think about it. And someone else had mentioned something like Childhood Part 2 or something is another good movie. So I'm gonna watch that too. But The Social Dilemma is very interesting. But boundaries have been a big conversation, and it is something that, I'm really good and clear with my boundaries in certain ways, but I'm very wishy-washy in other ways. So the key to all of these things, the key to setting the intentions is the follow-through, right? The key to setting the boundaries is the follow-through. You're always so encouraging. Thank you. Oh, you're so welcome, Dee. Thank you so much. So, I am not always great about it, especially with the kids. Like if I'm, trying to go live or work, do something for work, and I'm on my computer, the kids will say, well, you're on your computer, on your technology. And I'm like, I understand. I am definitely on that a lot. Work is now very, computer based. And then I will cave and allow them to watch like an extra show because I like feel bad and it's just easier, right? But if I take a step back and I think, okay, this is my vision for my life. This is the intention I set and the boundary I set. Then, okay, Jill, I'm not going to do this, right? I'm not going to keep caving. So I'm working on it. We're all a work in progress, right? We all are. But I think first it's like creating that vision. So personally creating my own vision personally for how I desire my life to be. And then I've been talking to the kids about doing their own individual one. We're actually doing vision board. We're going to start our vision board, start talking about it tomorrow in the High Vibe Girl Tribe with the preteen girls that I work with. So we're actually doing vision boards for the kids separately too. And then just having like a family vision board that then ends up cohesively marrying, like it marries our visions. And then we talk about it and set intentions and, and goals and ideas and dreams. And it's really fun to dream. I'm a dreamer, so I could be in the clouds forever. So I, a lot of times, have to be grounded and brought back to life. I'm usually barefoot to help me do that. So I tend to dream a lot. So, which brings me into the next piece to talk about is action and focus. So you create this vision, right? And I was talking to someone about this yesterday. So I sat down, I wrote out this whole vision for my life. And it was just like, this is where I am. And I wrote it out in a way that this is where I am now. But it's dated January of 2022. And it's written in the format of this is where I am. And I talked about how I'll write that, and I love writing that stuff and creating that vision and dreaming about that. But then the other piece is keeping it in the forefront of your mind and revisiting it literally every day. So we talk about the vision board, right? And having that visual so you are looking at it. You are looking at that thing every day. You are often looking at it. And it's like subconsciously in your brain of looking at that. Well, the same thing comes down to your like written out vision or the vision that you thought in your mind. Whether you write it on like a little cue card and have like an abundance statement type of thing. Angela, I needed this like 5 years ago when my kiddo was 12. Intention setting, I've got down. The actions is where I trip up. So same, Angela. And I think this is where a lot of us trip up. And we can trip up in different ways when it comes down to the action, is that we can be like super, super rigid and only think of the specific outcome. And then we burn ourselves out because we haven't made that outcome, right? And it's easy to do that. Like you're like, well, I desire to have 10 clients this month and I only have 9, and you're pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. And then you don't get that. So you're kind of losing your vision in the well-rounded space. Like part of your vision is like your self-care and how you're taking care of you, right? So we can get so there's one way that you can think about it is you set intentions and goals and you have this idea in your head that this is where I have to be. Like I have to make that vision come true now. So like my vision has to come true by January 2022. But that's ultimately let's choose to change our perspective on that, where it's an evolution. It's a constant evolution. It's a constant ebb and flow. And where we are in life and everything changes along that time frame. So within the next 12 months, this is how I envision my life. But in my mind, I'm not going to have, if I don't make every single thing in that vision come true, that I'm a failure. What it is I'm going to enjoy every piece of that process along the way as I'm setting my intentions, as I'm making the action, and as I'm focusing on that vision. So part of the focus is every day, get up, think about that vision, whether you meditate on it, whether you have a little like card, like whether you physically read that vision out loud to yourself. That's an amazing thing to do. Get that vision, write it down, read it every morning when you wake up, every night before you go to bed. Give or take, where moms were busy, maybe it doesn't happen every single day. But do that, read that vision and think about that vision. And then subconsciously, you're going to be thinking about it while you're sleeping, right? Then have your vision board up in the middle of your room. So you're looking at that. And so you're reading it, you're saying it, but then there's that piece too, like Angela, like you were saying, the actions. So like I said, don't trip yourself up on having to figure out that, having to have that specific outcome. However, I'm writing my vision down now on a 4x6 flashcard. I love that. I'm going to write mine too. I've got to find, I have mine in my journal, which obviously I keep changing the pages, so I don't have it. I think I'll write it on a card too. I love that idea. So, but then it's making that, so you set those intentions, right? And then parts of those intentions are, how are you going to act? So like Angela, I know you and I have talked about like keto and feeling like you don't have the brain fog, and maybe like for me, losing some weight so that I'm actually feeling, and it's not a weight thing necessarily, right? I mean, I'd like to feel more comfortable in my clothes. I'd like to look even better than I look, like I'd like to look better, but ultimately it's really how I feel. So I'm not tired. Okay. Well, that's how I envision myself to feel fit and high vibrational and energetic. Okay. That's on my vision board. Okay. I have words, I have pictures on that vision board, and in my written out vision, I have that I am a fit, high vibrational, high energy mom, that can keep up with my kids. I don't remember exactly the words, whatever. But like, I really desire to like be outside more. So it's like, okay, if I desire this in my life, how am I going to get there? Okay. I'm going to walk every day or hit my 10,000 steps, right? I'm going to move my body and not sit in my chair all day. I'm going to do yoga. So you're saying you're going to do, and actually, I'm not even going to say I'm going to do it. I do it, right? So, and then we just have to do it, right? And it's easier said than done. And we've got to give ourselves grace. We're not perfect. But then I'm going to enjoy the process. So, and believe me, this is all like epiphanies, and this is all, stuff that I have been going through myself over the last few days. Today is the new moon, if you catch this live. Today is the new moon, and I pulled a reading for myself, and the reading was all around an abundance coming and honoring myself. And also that language is important. There was a lot of things around like language, but the real biggest piece was honoring myself. And when I honor myself, that's when the abundance of life comes in. So that is where this vision comes in. Have your vision, dream it, put it out into the universe, and then create it. Create that life by setting those intentions and focusing and taking those action steps. And for me, a big piece of that is honoring myself, because I'm coaching and teaching my children, the girls in my group, the moms in my mom group, those that I, do Reiki with and coach. And, I am teaching them all of these things, and I am only going to be the best coach Reiki master, like spiritual mama that I could be when I'm honoring myself and taking care of myself and honoring that vision and living by that vision, right? And same for you. Angela, a chore chart with stickers has worked wonders for me. Literally me to stick to my workouts. Oh my gosh, Angela, I love that. You've got to share it with me. Maybe send me a picture or something. We actually have chore charts for the kids on their doors, but maybe I should be, yeah. Maybe I got to put a chore chart together for me on my door. We have them on like the bedroom door, so we always see that when we go into the bedroom. Like I write it in my planner, obviously, but I feel like it's easy to close that. So maybe, I like that. I like that idea. Stacey, I've started really reading conscious language and I'm absolutely baffled by it. Girl, best book, conscious language. Okay. So it was just interesting that came up too as one of the things in my reading, right? That book. So I'm going to be rereading that. Right now I'm reading Light is the New Black. I'm rereading that. And then I will be reading Conscious Language over again because that came up as something for me for this moon cycle. So as we're speaking, so really that's the biggest thing. So if you could use help, I know Stacy and Angela, you're both in the group. If you know anyone else or anyone else who watches this live, right? Hop on into my mom group, High Vibe Mama Tribe, or Heart Centered and High Vibe Mama Tribe. These are women who just live by the heart. They're, we all care so much about our children, our friends, our family, and not everyone in those mamas. We've got teachers in there. We've got fur baby mamas. So this weekend, actually, Saturday, we're doing cards and coffee. So I'm going to be pulling cards for each person in there. And then on Sunday, we are doing a Sunday night. I am leading a workshop of how to create a digital vision board, which, obviously we are all on there digitally, even though I keep saying I'm going to get off more, but the computer's where it's at right now. So I'm going to be doing a free workshop for all the moms in that group who would like to participate to learn how to do a digital vision board. So all you got to do is hop on into the mom group. It's an amazing group of women. We are in the middle of our 28-day challenge to shine a little brighter, love ourselves a little bit more. It's been really wonderful. So I'd love to have you join. I put the link here. So hop on in and join us. I'm going to pull a card for us as a group now. So whoever watches this today, again, is the new moon. I'm going to pull the Moonology card. Angela, the book you're talking about is Light is the New Black. Is that the one that you love? Such a good book. Like, I haven't read it, and I read it as a part of my, really when I was really doing a big piece of my spiritual awakening. I read that book, and I haven't it's been about more than 3 years. It's been years. And I decided this year I'm going to do a lot. And there's a lot of new books I would like to read. But I am going to be doing a lot of rereading. And it was such a good book. So I will be doing that. So love this. So the card I pulled is you and your loved ones are safe. The new moon in Cancer. So let's see what that has for us. You and your loved ones are safe. You and your loved ones are safe. There's a new start coming in your private life. Something is rising up in connection with the people and places you hold dearest. This can be to do with a member of your family, a flatmate, or moving house. If you're hoping to move forwards with something special in your private life, this card comes to you as a message that you can do it. If you've been neglecting your family, it's time to reconnect with them. If you've been neglecting yourself, you need to take better care of yourself and nurture yourself more. If your insecurity is holding you back, that's something for you to work on now. Doing so could bring you your heart's desire. Attuned to the moon, it says, make sure you put family first. Getting teary-eyed. Additional meanings for this card: let someone get a bit closer to you. A new cycle is starting for you, for your child or children. It's time to review your goals. Have they changed? Meditation will help you banish your insecurities. Spending time near water will bring you peace and answers. The teaching: the new moon in Cancer can be super emotional time. The moon is all about emotions, and Cancer is a water sign and also very emotional. Saying that, the moon is very happy in the sign of Cancer. It's one of her 2 home signs along with Taurus. So whenever you pull it, this card suggests that whatever happens next will be in your favor. It's especially positive for family members. So this card really resonates with me, as I was just saying, about nurturing myself, honoring myself, and connecting with my family, and kind of getting off the technology. Stacy, yes, I started my needed vacation, and you started in 27 minutes. I need to take better care of me, and I'm feeling a shift with the hubs too. Girl, same. So here's the thing. I understand the word and why you're saying need. Read about that in the conscious language. So because, you know, it's a lack word, right? And if you're putting that out there, we don't want to get more. We don't, and I just said want, right? You choose, right? You choose to be on vacation. You choose to take better care of yourself and your family shift. So girl, I feel as though we are in a similar spot, and I'm excited. I'm going to be able to see you soon. And yeah, I'm with you. So, you know, the new moon is a really, really, really great time for setting intentions and you know, using that moon energy to help you. So I encourage any and everyone who listens to this to just take a few moments, take some time to dream, take some time to create that vision and to set intentions to help that vision come true. But again, don't get caught up in the outcome. Enjoy the process. So I hope this is helpful, and I'll talk to you all soon. Take care.